Hey guys, want to wish you a happy new year. Wanted to do another follow-up video on the last one, where last time I was talking about mental exercise, expanding your character pools and wanting to succeed that way. This one is for some people, I just know that you just don't have the time, and this is kind of a physical way of, getting better at the game partially, and also just getting your rank up a lot faster than normal, specifically in Overwatch. So we're going to get right into it. And a lot of people have this crazy mentality. I noticed they're like, I need to be a DPS to carry. I need to be a DPS to carry. I need to be a DPS to carry. And I find, and a lot of people that I play with find that generally DPS aren't generally the hard carries. Yes, they can close out fights and you can have crazy, amazing plays, but generally the people that are bringing a lot of the heat and just can win most of the games at a higher consistency of the time in this team-based game of Overwatch are the tanks. And specifically the two tanks I'm talking about are Ryan and Roadhog. So what's really helpful about them, just starting off, is they have a very large health pool. So because of that, you have more margin of error. You're able to make more mistakes and survive it off of that. So if you're in a lower rank, that's very helpful, and you can just be goofy off of that, and you're more able to make mistakes. While with a low health character like Tracer or Genji, when you make a mistake, it can cost you your life, and that loses a lot of time. The second reason going into this, where a lot of great thing about them, is they're really good for healers. So specifically, since Ana is really strong right now, or even healers in general, it's very easy to let your healers get ultimate and you can play and plan something out. That's just something in general about these tanks that just make them so good at, overall carrying these games. So those are just two overall reasons. Now let's just break down to why Ryan and Roadhog are both probably some of the hardest carries in solo queue ranked. Remember, this is solo queue, not team based. This is just you by yourself trying to rank up in the game. First off, Reinhardt has a very powerful shield. It has 2000 HP and it does a lot of things. For one, it lets your team be able to push up on the opposing team, and it lets you have presence in certain positions. So having the opportunity to push to a certain position or opportunity to block certain abilities is very effective. And it does two things. One, it blocks the chance of the opposing team getting ultimate charges, which is very important. Getting key ultimates to do key PowerPoint plays to win an objective or push an opponent off an objective is very huge. So making sure that the opponents do not get the objective is huge. But on the other side, it lets your team get the objective. So when you have your DPS behind you and your healers behind you that are healing you up or healing each other up, or even your damage dealers attacking the other team, and especially if they don't have a Reinhardt, then your team will get their ultimate significantly faster than the other team. So the fact of the matter is, you get ultimate for your team a lot faster. So you're building up ultimate charges, and this is really helpful even in lower ranks and even in higher ranks. Just overall, this is helpful across all places of the game. So ultimates are super important, and the shield gives you the advantage of getting it first. The second point is he has one of the strongest ultimates in the game. It's sometimes hard to get really quick, but if you have it, and especially if they don't have a Reinhardt, or if their Reinhardt shield is down, you can just get a massive stun, and it's very easy for your team to collapse with a Lucio, or when you charge, just guaranteeing those kills. And when you get a man advantage, which his ultimate practically guarantees, then you can just snowball a fight from there. Even if they have their ultimates, just having that extra, if you have extra guys, you have more damage, more healing, and you also can just play off of that. So his ultimate is just so incredibly strong and so effective. So that is the second reason to pick Reinhardt. I'm not even going into in-depth mechanics of it. This is just in general points. The third one is he's strong in almost every scenario. He's very good on King of the Hill. He's very good on payload, and he's very good on control point maps. In every single scenario, he's good on both defense and attack. He creates great opportunities by just being there for the team. He's good at pushing, and on the attack, he's able to push forward and get a position that your team can get before by pushing forward with the shield. On defense, he's able to let your team fall back as he jumps back or falls back with the shield. You allow your team to fall back without getting collapsed on. You can also hold a good, healthy high ground position with him, so your team can maintain that high ground without getting knocked off or pressured. So that's Reinhardt. There's a multitude of reasons of why he's amazing and why he's just so effective in solo queue, and more people should play him, especially if you want to carry and just get out of the rank you're in. Learn to play Reinhardt and play him effectively. It's going to take practice, but you're going to do fine. All right, next up is Roadhog, and excuse me if I'm doing those sounds. I have a little bit of a dry mouth right now. Roadhog is the other carry. He also, besides all those other reasons, he can break Ryan shield. So that's very effective. You see a lot of Ryan for the reason I just stated. He's just so strong. So the reason why you see a lot of Roadhog is he's so good at taking down the shield. He's one of the fastest at doing it. His right click just lets him from a distance, especially for hit scan characters, you know, they have fall off damage, but it lets them get that proper healthy range of being able to poke down and break that Ryan shield. And that's just so desperately needed, and it lets your team get an opportunity to break it down and pressure the other Ryan. So you see a lot of Ryan versus Ryans with a Roadhog, and that's just really helpful to have, and he just does a lot of damage. And probably the most important reason, the second reason why you really, really want to pick Roadhog and see why he carries so hard is that he has pick potential. Just like I was saying with Ryan on his ultimate, this guy is based on a hook cooldown. If you force a 5 versus 6, you get a hook and you just kill them, then you are going to be so far ahead. If you manage to get a pick at the start of a fight, even before ults are blown, and you force a 5 versus 6, then your team is just going to destroy the opposing team. So just, it's incredible how snowbally the game can get when you get those hooks, and that's how a lot of the basis of these games go. So if you're on a payload map, for example, and you hook somebody and then you start off a fight like that, your team will automatically have the advantage, and then you'll have an ult advantage because your team managed to rush them down and you're several guys up. So you're really far ahead. So that is the power of it. So you really, the effectiveness of having these pick potential characters who generally have no large margins of error, so that they're not in danger of doing it, then they can have a lot of success going through it. So that is why Ryan and Roadhog, just in general form, are so strong, and you really should be picking them if you want to carry out of your rank. Of course, you can keep on practicing your healers, your DPS. As I was saying in my previous video, it's good to practice everything. But if you're like, I want a quick way to rank up now, pick Ryan and Roadhog. They're insanely strong. They have a lot of carry potential in them. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it a lot. I had a lot of fun doing it, and I'll see you guys on the next one. And until then, you can watch this Ryan video I made a little while ago about certain tips and little tricks you can use to abuse with them just to practice from here on out. So till then, I hope you guys have a great new year coming in 2017.